We're past the era of men making assumptions that women need help. Because again, that could be considered disrespectful and misogynistic. And so men aren't going out of the way to just lend a helping hand to women because they don't want to be seen as misogynistic.
Of course not. I wouldn't dare assume that you need help. I don't want to patronize you after all. You've got it, queen. You're strong and independent, right?
Gotcha, bitch!
Welcome to The Chaotic Good. I'm your host Anthony, and thank you for joining me again for yet another video.
Another one.
If you're new here, please like, comment, and subscribe, and of course hit the bell so you never miss out on a new upload. Let's get into it. So many lovely young ladies take to the internet to vent their frustrations about men not helping them in public anymore. But what truly lies beneath the surface, and what are the solutions, if any? Let's go.
I'm quite literally rolling around in horse shit. Trying to get this bottom thing off my car. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not gonna lie, crying in front of your camera and posting it's crazy stuff.
I'm gonna cry. I'm trying to get this off, and I need a screwdriver to take it off. And I just wish someone would pull over and help me, because I don't know.
Now, this is not a good situation to be in, especially if you're far from home and there's no one to call for help. Luckily, a guy showed up to render some assistance.
Oh, someone just pulled over, no way! Thank you so much.
I gotta say it, guys, this woman's reaction is how most independent women would react. And I know I might get a lot of hate for saying it, but this proves men's points when they roll their eyes at women that say, I don't need no man. Because sure, when things are going well for you and you're not running into any issues, you're not stranded on the side of the road with your car falling apart. Of course, you can be a little overconfident in what you're capable of handling. But don't forget that one, the reason why your life is pretty easy is because of men. And two, the second your life becomes not so easy, guess who you're going to be hoping and praying is headed your way.
It goes to show that we need each other more than we might think. I'm glad that she shows some gratitude to the guy instead of saying some shit like, as he should. Because the show of gratitude goes a long way. It's easy to forget the impact that others have in our lives, especially when everything is going so great for us. But when we run into problems that we can't fix, that is when reality hits. For example,
a pregnant woman has been left outraged after an Asda delivery driver refused to deliver the food to the first floor of a block of flats. Now, as you can see, this Asda delivery driver has delivered all of this food and he's put it at the bottom of the steps. Now, basically the woman in the background is essentially saying, you know, I'm pregnant, I need help lifting all of this food up, and you haven't given me any bags as well. Now, according to the customer, she has ordered bags with this food, but essentially the Asda delivery driver is saying you haven't ordered any bags. There was no bags on the system or actually on the receipt, so I can't give you them because you actually have to buy them, and he obviously doesn't have any extra in his van. Now, I would love to see what you guys think about this, because technically Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's staff technically don't actually have to deliver it right to your door. All they need to do is to deliver it into the residence, and technically this man has done exactly what he is supposed to do. He's done his job, he's delivered the food. Now, I do understand, I do sympathise with the woman. She's pregnant, maybe she's, you know, she can't lift too much, but as you can see, it doesn't really look that much of a heavy item, but I understand at both sides. Now, let me know what you guys think about this one. What do you think about this Asda delivery driver leaving all of this food on the floor? Looks like there's nappy, toilet rolls, laundry detergent, milk and lemonade.
look, if I was the driver, I would just take the elevator and bring everything to her door. Because she's pregnant and based on the stage, she might not be able to do much. You get me? And I know, chivalry is dead and women killed it, and some of y'all might bash me for this, but I was raised traditionally, so I would help the pregnant lady, especially if she's being nice about it. It's good customer service and I might get a tip. And me helping her makes me feel needed. But there are others that I would avoid, such as
with the Heliante, with the Helion, with the Heliberry, with the Heliburton, with the Heli.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, isn't it?
notice the scowl, notice the resting bee face. Yes, I'm trying to get monetized. Which guy is gonna feel good seeing all of that?
Give me a break.
Your face is telling me to stay the hell away from you. You need to change your demeanor. You need to look more pleasant. You can't expect a guy to help you with anything if that's how you come in.
Rejected.
The mere fact that there's a camera, it shows that she's looking for a viral moment. She's not there for help, she wants attention. There are women who goes to Lowe's and Home Depot, I think, just to find a husband. So what they do is that they stand in front of a shelf and they try to reach for something on the top shelf. They pretend to reach for it just so a guy can walk up to them, and then they spark a conversation with that guy. Because they figured out that they're no longer getting guys to approach them, so they're using entrapment.
I just watched this guy stand with his hands on his hips, watching a woman struggle to lift and carry a kayak. He didn't even so much as flinch to offer any assistance, just stood there watching.
Her entire identity is a single woman who hates men because she just divorced her husband. Like, that's all she posts about on TikTok.
Brother.
And we wonder why women would rather just do life on their own.
You can't really blame men for looking the other way when all they have been hearing for years is, if you try to help me, you're misogynistic. I can do it on my own. I don't need you.
Because no matter what you wish for, it ain't never coming back.
And you know it gets very bad when it leads to things like this.
Do you know what I actually can't believe? Yesterday I was on the tube coming home and a drunk man got on the tube and he sat next to me originally and was chatting to some other people that had a dog and got the bags.
What's wrong with her eyes? It seems like baby girl haven't slept in days.
Really, nigga?
Under my eyes. And then they got off the tube and he was like looking at me and I was just ignoring him. I was just doing my own little thing. Then he moved and sat opposite me on the tube and then he was going, hello, hello. And I just looked at him and was like on my phone, but I looked at him and he was like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And he was like, where are you from? You from Italy? And I was like, no. He was like, you from here? And I was like, no, because it was like London. And I was like, no, somewhere else. He was like, oh, you're on holiday? I was like, no, just travelling. I was trying to be like just short and like get him to stop speaking to me. And then he was going like, oh, well, he had a beer in his hand and he kept spilling his beer everywhere. And I was just trying to ignore him. And he was like, are you married? And I was like, yeah, I'm married. Obviously not, but I was like, yeah, I'm married. He was like, oh, have you got children? I was like, no. He was like, oh, so you're single then? I was like, no, I'm married. And then he was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 20. I was like, if I knock a few years off, maybe he'll leave me alone. As if that would make a difference. And he was like, oh, young. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, okay. Then he just kept like mumbling like Italian words because he thought I was Italian. And I was just like, on my phone, like, and he just would not stop. He was like going, high five me, shake my hand, all this. And then he was like, oh, bye bye, I'm getting off now. Then he stood up and he was just still looking at me, like just standing there. And then he didn't get off, he sat back down and he was like, oh, not getting off yet actually.
So that was a fucking lie.
And I was like, oh, okay. While this is going on, there's a bunch of men around me that were English because they were speaking English like a minute ago. Before he got on, and they were all just ignoring it. They were all just like leaving him to just literally harass me. And then notice like the last stop of the train is where I was getting off, and that's obviously where he was getting off because it was the last stop. So he was like, oh, okay, I'm getting off now. Obviously I hadn't realised it was the last stop, so I said, oh, bye, and I let him get off and I stayed on the tube for a bit just so that he could walk ahead. And like, again, no one said anything to me apart from one girl took her headphones out and she went, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm just like letting him walk ahead for a bit so like he doesn't speak to me anymore. And she was like, oh, I couldn't tell if he was bothering you or not. Like, I appreciate that the girl actually asked me if I was alright and everything, but like the men didn't do anything. Like, chivalry is dead, but also you couldn't tell he was bothering me. He was quite clearly bothering me. And then as we got off, she was like, I'll walk with you for a bit, but like, I'm not leaving the station, I'm getting on another train, so I can't come outside with you. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, and then as we were walking, the guy had stopped and he like turned around and he saw me and he was like, oh, you, Italy. And I was just ignoring him and he was like, oi, are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? And I was just like, I'm just gonna keep ignoring him, just walking. He was going, oi. And then I was like, right, keys are in my hand right now. I had to walk to my car, and bear in mind I had to get off at Ealing Broadway, which is like a scatty station, scatty area. So the route to my car was like literally a 2-minute walk, but because he was behind me, I didn't want him to follow me, so I actually went like a different route and started walking with a group of people so that I wasn't on my own, because the route to my car I would have been walking on my own and it was dark. And then he wandered off somewhere else, and I like literally like not sprinted, but like speed walked to my car.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
But yeah, I was texting my mum as well at the time, and I was like, why is nobody like helping me? They can quite clearly see that this man is bothering me. Why has no man stepped in to help? It really bothered me.
This is when it becomes a problem. I know we give women a lot of flack for not wanting to be approached in public, but if what she's saying is true, then this is one situation where someone is being harassed in public, and as men, we should shut it down. Not saying that we should beat up the guy or anything because he's drunk and he might not have all his marbles at the moment, but we could offer her a seat close to us or a seat away from the guy essentially, or to do something else to try to defuse the situation, and follow up with offering to escort her to her car if someone were to get off at the same stop as her, just to make sure that she's safe. And I get it, some women are awful and we want nothing to do with them, but remember that not all of them are the same, just like not all of us are the same. We are called to be better.
I want to know, have men decided that they're not going to hold the door open for women anymore? Because I can't tell you how many times I have gone into a store, the man was going in front of me, he saw me coming behind him, and he opens up the door, but didn't open it up for me and the door hit me. Or he was coming out of the door and didn't hold it open for me to go through it, and the door hit me. And this has happened multiple times, so I just want to know, have men decided that they are just not going to hold the door open for women anymore?
It is because these days they don't get gratitude when they perform acts of chivalry anymore. It's like, why do we even do it? We have to remember that chivalry is a two-way street. Men bow, women curtsy, men open the door, women say thank you. This kind of reciprocity keeps the game going. But when they stop saying thanks, or worse, say some stuff like, as he should, or as you should, what incentivizes them to keep doing it? Well, for me, it's nothing personally. I open the doors for both men and women, especially if their hands are full or if they're old as dirt. But let's see what another guy thinks about this.
Men do not care about protecting women that are not their moms, daughters, and wives, because any other woman is not their business. If another woman in a public setting is getting mistreated or whatever, it's up to the man in her life to deal with that and protect her. Because what do I look like losing my life to protect a woman I'd never seen before, don't know, when I got a whole wife and children at home?
Yep. Do you think my girl is gonna be happy knowing that I caught a case or bit the big one? Pause. Because some chick couldn't keep her hands to herself or she couldn't keep her mouth shut? Let's not forget, a lot of these young women in the West these days, they like to put their hands on you. Look at the Shakiri video. Or Shakari. Sharkeisha. Whichever. I'm not gonna have my girl cry for me just because I was out here playing Captain Save-A-Ho. Shit. I have a woman who's waiting for me. She's expecting me to come back to her. I need to be careful.
My wife will burn the world to the ground knowing I lost my life for another woman. And 99% of you guys will say the same exact thing.
Some chicks will flat out tell you they don't need you, but they will turn around and blame you when they don't get any help either. And this kind of messaging will have adverse effects on the women who had nothing to do with it. For example,
let's play. She's lifting. I thought she was naked, by the way. It's apparently does the color of her leggings. It is what it is. Oh. Girlfriend got stuck.
Bail out. Just bail.
She got stuck. She didn't want to throw it.
Excuse me?
So now she's trying to get guys to come over and help her to lift that thing off her back. Right now, this goes on. Look, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Just
She's
bail.
just sitting there. Just throw it
bail
out.
out.
Right now.
Just throw it.
She was afraid to do that. And I'm not going to lie. I might be afraid to do it too because a lot of weight. And I'd be like, shit, is this thing going to hit me in the behind? What's going to go on? She stays there. She stays there. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Well, yeah, you can't stay there all day, girlfriend.
as a fellow gym bro, I don't care what you call me. I'm helping her because she can risk injury staying like that.
Stays there. It's too much, right? You know this?
Does anyone actually help her?
Oh, yeah. You know who helps her? A female. A female comes over. Yeah, so a girl, ultimately what happens is, if you scroll through, I don't know, Della, if you want to scroll through, but ultimately what happens is a girl comes over.
She's sitting there for like a minute.
Lifts it off her back. She's like, hey. Now, granted, guys have earbuds, but you will see that the girl comes over and helps her. First of all, girlfriend, why are you lifting all that weight? That's too much weight for you. You need to know your limits. That's number one. But here's the thing that struck me is this, because we've been seeing all these images of girls in the gym where, you know, half naked, booty out, and then a guy like has the nerve to look her way. And it's like, oh my God, he makes me feel so unsafe, all that stuff. But now you have a dynamic where, this instance, you have women in the gym, and I guarantee you there are guys that saw what was going on and were like, I'm staying out of this. I don't want to be in some video. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
the tripod with the phone recording.
I don't want to be accused of what I'm doing, that I'm approaching her, all that. And this is what I say about like feminism wrecking men, because your natural instinct as a man would just be like, let me go over and help this woman, right? Normal. Like back in my dad's day, you wouldn't even think about that. He would have gone over, he would have been like, oh, you got to be careful, honey. Don't lift stuff that's so heavy. Let me help you out. You got to be afraid to do everything now. And I think that's why when people say the death of gentlemen and all this, women complain. I saw a video of a very prominent female figure being like, oh, all the good men are gone. All the good men. It's like, well, you killed them. You killed whatever was inside of them that would have made them actually act like men. Guys are afraid to be men.
Yeah. Feminism has disincentivized men from being gentlemen.
Completely.
It's all backwards.
It's all backwards. Can we fix it?
Yes.
It can be fixed, but we need more female voices holding other women accountable and championing unity, because at the end of the day, we all need each other. And this is why I'll choose the women over the bear any day.
This morning, 4 college wrestlers grateful to be alive and for each other after perhaps their toughest match, going toe-to-toe with a grizzly bear.
I just knew I had to protect my head and just kind of fight for life. You know, it's life or death.
Northwest College students Braden Lowry, Kendall Cummings, August Harrison, and Orrin Jackson were searching for fallen antlers in Wyoming's Shoshone National Forest on Saturday when all of a sudden Lowry and Cummings came face to face with the bear. The bear pounced, tackling Lowry first.
The bear came running out of the trees. I didn't even see it until it was right in front of me, but I heard the crashing, and the only thing I could yell was, bear, bear, and I yelled bear, and the bear tackled me first.
Seeing his teammate being mauled, Cummings took the fight to the bear, yelling, punching, and grabbing it until the bear turned on him.
It knocked me onto the ground and then with its head pushed me on the ground all the way up against the trees and then kind of pinned me up there, and it was attacking me for a second. It was putting my hands in its mouth and stuff so it wouldn't be chewing on my neck and everything.
The bear finally walking away.
It's a good thing they survived. It will make for some awesome stories to tell to their kids, and they have the scars to prove their bravery. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you made it all the way to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ding the bell so you don't miss other videos I post. And as always, help a brother out.
What are you waiting